Good morning to all. Today I'm just going to be talking about understanding trends. All right, understanding your uptrend, your downtrend, where to buy, where to exit. All right, just going to be talking about trends. So understanding trends, basically, what you should always know is when a collection of data points are plotted on a chart, you may start seeing a general direction in a currency paid is headed to. All right. So in some cases, a trend is easily identified. All right. So therefore, more commonly, trends tend to operate in a series of gradually moving highs and lows. Okay. So number one, an uptrend is a series of escalating highs and lows. I repeat that, an uptrend is a series of escalating highs and lows. Number two, a downtrend is a series of descending lows and highs. All right. So knowing your trends, we've got three types of trends. All right. So which namely, we've got an uptrend. Two, we've got a downtrend, sorry. And three, we've got our sideways. All right. So market can do either one of those three: move up, which is uptrend, move down, which is a downtrend, or just go sideways. All right. So now let's just focus on an uptrend. All right. Let's just focus on an uptrend. Okay. So trading an uptrend, you always trade. You always buy at your lowest point and close at your highest point. That's an uptrend. So in an upward trend, we always buy dips. All right. We always buy dips. So now what you see here is a trend line. These are all trend lines. All right. Having number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So basically what I've done here, I'm trying to make you understand where to buy and where to exit in an uptrend. All right. So always, this is what I call, phase one. All right. So your phase one, I'm referring to wet trend. All right. So from point 1 to point 2, that's wet your trend. Reason being I'm saying it's wet your trend is because the trend is in our favor. All right. We're in an uptrend. We're expecting price to go higher. We're expecting price to go up and not down, which is why I'm saying point 1 to point 2 is with trend. Okay, it's with the trend, right? But point 2 to point 3 is against your trend. All right. Mostly that's what we call a retest or a retracement. All right. So knowing your uptrends, knowing your trends, which is an uptrend, downtrend, sideways. If you don't want to call it sideways, you can call it a horizontal trend. All right. So the latter occurs when there is a minimal movement, which is up or down, in the peaks or troughs. All right. So your peaks meaning your highest point, your trough meaning your lowest point. Okay. So some Forex traders consider a sideways trend actually not being a trend on its own. So they consider that a sideways trend is actually not a trend on its own, but it's a lack of a defined trend in either direction. All right. So remember, I said the market can do one of the three things: move up, down, or just sideways. All right. So always, like I said before, on your uptrend, you always buy at your lowest point, which is 1. Looking at this chart, your lowest point is 1. And you always take profit at your highest point, which is your number 2, just the beginning of your retracement. All right. So always, what you should always put in your head, all right, is that always when you enter at point 1, exit your trend, your exit your trades at point 2, because now that's the beginning of a retracement. What is a retracement telling you? That's a retest. All right. Prices are trying to retest a certain level. All right. So regardless of how many retracements you're having, the overall is an uptrend. So you are making profit in a way. All right. So this meaning that the bulls were in charge, but then your retracements, which were against your trend, the bears were winning. All right. So point 2 to 3, the bears were winning. Point 4 to 5, the bears were winning. Point 6, we'll call it 7.6 to 7, the bears were winning. But then the overall trend is an uptrend, meaning even though you're having your bears winning here, the overall trend is in the favor of the bulls. All right. So you are making profit. Okay. You will never have a perfect uptrend or downtrend. It has never happened. Prices always have to retest a certain level. All right. So from your number 1 to 5, all right, this is what I usually call an advanced price action patterns that we trade. All right. So this advanced price action patterns, they show you where you would like to enter and where you would like to exit. Okay. So you either can enter a trade at point 1 and exit at point 2, because now that is the beginning of your retracement. Always on an uptrend, buy on your lowest point and sell. Buy at your lowest point and close your profit at your highest point. So meaning if you would have bought here, you would have took profit there. All right. Buy here from point 3 to point 4. That's where you're taking profit. All right. From point 5 to 6, that's where you are willing to take profit. Okay. You've entered point 5, point 6, that's where you're taking profit. Okay. So always your width trend should always be larger or longer than your against trend, than your retracement. All right. Reason being why your point 1 to 2, which is with your trend, should always be longer than your point 2 to 3. It's because now the trend is moving in our favor. It has to move in our favor. All right. So trend moving in our favor is always longer than a trend that's moving against us. All right. So going through it again, you enter at 1.1. This is where you looking to enter on a buy, looking to close your profits at point 2, the beginning of your retracement. All right. The end of your retracement, that's the starting point of your point 3. That's where you're looking to buy again. Where are you going to be able to close? You're looking to close at your point 4. All right. Because now this is with a trend. We're not trading against trends. We're trading with your trend, not against your trend. All right.